Whether you have a diagnosis or not, I don't care. Jump inside this podcast and I'm going to teach you how to read your own blood work so you can find the answers to your health concerns. Yes, those normal labs that your doctor keeps saying, oh, they look great, we'll see you again in 6 months. They really have answers in them if you know how to read it correctly. So come join me along this journey, leave a review, and share with your friends. Let's dive in. What health coaching certification program do I recommend? I get this question asked all the time. Well, I've finally vetted them out, and the one program that outshines all others is Functional Diagnostic Nutrition, or FDN. There are 3 reasons why. 1, it's very clinically based and teaches labs. I myself turned down a master's degree in functional medicine because it didn't teach labs. 2, you have lifetime access and it always gets updated. This is important because things change and you need to be in the know. 3, when you complete the training on your timeline, they have an incredible post-grad community. So they don't just kick you out on the streets and say, good luck. If you've been thinking about receiving your health coaching certification or are a practitioner looking to branch out and scale a virtual practice, now is the time. Make 2023 your year. Do this for you, your family, and those you're about to help. Go to fdntraining.com/Dr. Kylie. Check the show notes for a $250 off code available for a limited time. I am happy to announce that I have partnered with Functional Diagnostic Nutrition because I love their program so much. They are now the podcast sponsor. All right, let's get into the podcast episode. Here we go. Welcome to the Beyond the Diagnosis podcast. As we are approaching, it's the middle of June when this episode airs, we're only going to have 2 more left. I'm due on June 15th and then next week, and I'm calling it timeout. No, I'm not calling it quits, but I'm calling it a timeout, a good long timeout until the new year, 2024. We'll start going again, but I need a break for one. Cranking out 2 podcasts a week for over a year and a half now. It's a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. But 2, got a little tank and a little one growing in the oven. Is that what they call it? Baking in the oven. Yeah. That one's coming at the end of August. So I'm going to take some time off and we'll see when we start picking this up again sometime in 2024, depending on how life is. But my guest, Mike Rhees, and I, we're going to start another podcast together, and it will probably air at the beginning of 2024, designed for practitioners. Mike, should we just lock it in that it's the If Factor podcast or something like that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
The If Factor podcast, IIF, Income, Impact, and Freedom, helping you gain more of that in your business and in your life. But today's episode is all about patience. If you are not a practitioner, listen in because we're gonna take a deep dive into the supplement world, and we've created something very special for you guys, and which is probably launching today or a few days ago or maybe a week ago if we were pretty quick on it. We always set these launch dates, and it's like it happens close to the launch date, but it's maybe a day or 2 or a week later. So go to bloodworkspecialist.com, discover what that is. So we're going to take a deep dive into the supplements that we have chosen and combined and why we did that. So you can have a background, behind the scenes, there we go, roll on what this new 6-month program is all about. So Mike Rhees is here today to join us because he's our supplement expert. He knows everything there is to know about those things. And I like to do marketing, business, mindset, money now with the blood work. So Mike's here to talk supplements with us. Mike, welcome on.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Kylie. It's great to be on.
Yeah. So with the 6-month program that we've created for patients, we've combined systemic formulas and microbiome, which are kind of the same in one. And then we've combined cell core. And that is a very unique combination. You want to dive into it some more?
It's a very unique combination because they are 2 separate professional lines. So you may or may not have heard of, a professional line, a practitioner line. And there's something to be said about how each of those brands are well studied before they actually come out to the market. The good manufacturing practices you can trust, and how their warehouse and their facility is being run, all the lab testing that goes into everything they put in their products, so that you know that what it says is inside the bottle is actually inside the bottle. And there's those potency guarantees. You just have that rest assurance that, hey, this product doesn't have heavy metals, doesn't have lead, or it doesn't have E. coli in it. And, there's a lot of careful thought that goes into each of these products from either of these companies. And what I specifically like is that there's an unbiased approach when you're actually being able to take the best products from this brand and best products from this one over here, even though they're competitors. We're giving you, why would we be doing this? Why wouldn't we just target one specific brand that we especially like, or another one that we specifically like? We're trying to give you the best of both so that you can have the best possible outcomes in your health journey, really. And so that's where Dr. Kylie and I pieced together an easy to follow, just really easy to, it couldn't be easier in terms of a month-to-month process of taking a bundle of products. You'll have it all together, so where you don't have, it's not sophisticated where you have to go shop over at this place and have to shop at that place. It's all done for you in that case. And you have the products that we have done our due diligence and found are going to be the best system to follow, really, between Cellcore Biosciences and Systemic Formulas. Systemic Formulas has another brand that sells through it called microbiome. And microbiome is going to help your gut health. Microbiome has products that are really going to be game changers long-term for your gut health. Think of anything pertaining to the gut. That's where microbiome comes in. Constipation, diarrhea. If you've heard of leaky gut before, IBS, some of these, common day-to-day issues that a lot of us are either dealing with or have dealt with, that's where microbiome comes in. And Cellcore and Systemic, they come in and are going to help in many ways for gut health, for brain health, for your energy, and helping you with, stuff pertaining to thyroid health, etc. We're trying to make it as simple as possible, even though the products themselves are complex.
Yeah.
And they're complex because they're high quality and they're going to make a big difference.
I want to go back. What year was this? I would say 2016, 2017. I was finishing up my chiropractic license and the schooling part of it. And I was doing this functional medicine program online. And it was a very, very thorough program. We covered everything. This wasn't just dipping your toes in the functional medicine world and then, no, you dove completely in with this training that I was receiving. And there was so much that you had to take into consideration. There were so many different avenues. And so functional medicine is complex. If people aren't doing it right, it can get very complex to the point where you could have a 2 to 3 year treatment plan for patients. So one of my goals, which has always been one of my goals, is to make things simple. And I remember going through this training, thinking, no matter what, you have to fix the gut. And fixing the gut, you can do a lot of impact temporarily, but it might be a long-term run, especially as we learn more and more and more about the microbiome and the bugs, the probiotics and the bacteria and even viruses. There's thousands of viruses in us all the time. Parasites, good, bad, everything in between, they're in us. They can be good things. They can be bad things. They're both. So as we were mapping through this whole what does somebody need that could really impact their health, no matter what their health history is. We have to focus on the gut. You can't have balanced hormones until you fix your gut. You can't clear thyroid issues until you fix your gut. Like, it all comes back to the gut. Now, using the products that we have chosen, we can do that in pretty quickly. Honestly, we can do a whole entire gut reboot in 3 months. Like, that's pretty quick. So, Mike, let's jump into those supplements specifically and give a little background on what they are, why they do what they do, and why we chose them.
So, like Kylie just mentioned, is we put a big emphasis, big focus on gut health. And before we give you or we recommend probiotics, because probiotics are going to put new bacteria in your intestines and help you long term. But if your gut's not ready for those probiotics, we want to cleanse the gut first. And so we have products that one of them is called BioClear, and that's made by microbiome. And it's all about an herbal. Okay, so one of them, BioClear 1, has 18 different herbs. 18 herbs, and each and every one of them is well studied to help get rid of the bad guys, the bacteria, fungal, viral, and even parasitic organisms that are residing in your gut and residing throughout the body. But as you are able to purge them from the gut, that can help the rest of the body, like Dr. Kylie is saying. So BioClear 1, lots of herbs that are going to be super helpful at cleansing the gut. And then you have BioClear 2, which is full of oils or essential oils that are also like anti-pathogenic, antibacterial, fungal, viral, etc. So whether mold toxicity is the concern, whether it's, H. pylori, or if it's irritable bowel syndrome, and the list goes on and on. But what we're doing is we're helping to purge, cleanse, detox the gut with BioClear 1 and 2. And is there anything that you'd like to add about those particular products or about the resetting the gut, Kylie?
Yeah, we're going to get into your labs. And you guys have all heard me say this numerous times, and about the neutrophils and the lymphocytes and the monocytes and the all the things inside the labs that tell us how you need the path. You need to go from unhealthy to healthy. And I've seen thousands of labs. Okay. And I've seen all of those people's labs, plus compared them to how they feel. And there's a pretty standard, as we were talking earlier, I create a protocol, and that protocol gets manipulated per individual, but everybody still has this set need of things. And this set need of things is not only based from the labs, but based from how they feel as well. And going from an unhealthy individual to a healthy individual, not caring about the diagnoses, not caring about the symptoms, just knowing this is what the body needs. And that first part is not only to support things that are lacking, like vitamin D, iron, methylation with B vitamins, and things that you've all heard me talk about. And then 2, getting that gut right. And it used to take us 2 to 4 months to do the gut. But with Dr. Shane Morris's new products, the BioClear 1 and 2, we've got things like the TerraBiome and the immunobiome and the neurobiome. Those are all replenishing that microbiome and getting all of our multiple good bacteria in the body with a variety of them. We really can do not only the support phase, but rehab the entire gut in 2 to 3 months with these new products. And it's not like you're taking a ton of capsules. If I can do it, you can do it. And I don't like to take supplements. So it's 6 to 8 caps, maybe twice a day, something very, very simple. But the way that we've outlined this is based upon my experience with the labs, based upon my experience with the expert, with the questionnaire and how they feel, and then based upon my experience helping hundreds of practitioners do something similar with their patients. And a master at all of the supplement lines. So we've chosen the best of the best of the best. But the first is the gut. And then inside this 6-month plan that we have for you, that includes not only the supplements, but includes a nice little booklet that helps you with the nutrition, helps you with the other aspects of healing, not just the physical, but the mental, emotional, spiritual, and even environmental factors. And all of your questions that we all often get are answered within there too. But there's 4 key systems that we're going to heal or have a dramatic impact upon in that 6-month time period. And the first one that we've just talked about is the gut. I always say that the body is comprised of multiple systems that work together. And when those systems work together, all things are in harmony. So we've got the gut. We're going to impact the hormones. A lot of people will say, well, I have hormone issues. So we're going to definitely impact the endocrine system. We're going to impact the brain and the nervous system. And then we're going to impact the immune system, which mostly is the gut. But there's 4 systems that we're going to have a dramatic impact upon in just 6 months. And then in combination with it, we're going to go down to the cellular level too and help the things out inside the cells, like mitochondria that are responsible for taking your food and converting it into energy. So it's literally this, people ask me, well, you talk about healing the gut. Well, here we go. We're giving you the exact plan to heal your gut. We're giving you the exact plan to balance your hormones. We're giving you the exact plan to think clear and to have a clear brain, and then to know that your immune system is strong. And just that one itty bit of knowledge in this day and age, knowing that your immune system is strong, that is priceless. Did I miss anything?
One of the reasons, I was going to say, one of the reasons why people plateau as they start going through a protocol, they start taking supplements, you adjusted your diet, but then you kind of go up against this wall, or you plateau, and the progress doesn't seem to be as steady as it once was. We understand some keys and just some important things here where you rotate supplements, and specifically you rotate products that help with the microbiome. That rotation, as you're surprising your body with new things, it's a good thing. It's a positive stressor on your body continually. That's going to help you break through plateaus or prevent plateaus. So you're continually progressing with your gut health. You're preventing the bad guys from resurfacing. And when the next flu season comes around, or when, other, times come where you would typically get sick or whatever, maybe you handle it much better this time around because of the state of your gut, the state of your microbiome. Now, aside from the gut and the microbiome, in the case of energy levels, with where hormones are now at, with where your thyroid function is now, and how well you're sleeping, all of those are affected as we continue to change things up. We continue to rotate things. So you're not doing the same maintenance protocol day in and day out. There's alterations. And that's where this really is game changing long term for you.
Yeah, rotation is key. Rotation is key for not only preventing the plateaus, but for really getting the best of the best and then making your body in the best place it can, helping it get to the best place we can. And this program is all about getting you from unhealthy to healthy. Or maybe you're just like, you know what, I don't feel that bad, but I want to do it anyways. It's totally for you as well. So to get started, go to bloodworkspecialist.com and check out what we created for you there and get started sooner than later. I can't tell you the price tag right now because I don't know it. Otherwise I would. But I will tell you that we're going to start off at the lower amount, get as many people in as possible so we can help as many people in as possible. But with more demand, it's going to only increase. So jump in sooner than later and go to bloodworkspecialist.com so you can get your gut right, your hormones balanced, your brain right, your immune system right, because that's truly what it takes to heal. And of course, we're going to include those cellular components as well. So you're getting the best of every world inside that 6-month program. Get all the details at bloodworkspecialist.com. All right. There we have it, Mike. We're taking a break until 2024. And
this is awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'm going to pick this podcast up at some point, but we've got our one coming down the pipeline too with both him and I. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening. Leave a review, tell a friend, and make sure you go to bloodworkspecialist.com. We'll see you in the next one. The health coaching certification program that I recommend is Functional Diagnostic Nutrition, or FDN. You can get started anytime. So grab the $250 off code from the show notes and go to fdntraining.com/Dr. Kylie and get started. Don't wait any longer. Make 2023 your year. Do this for you, your family, and for those you're about to help. fdntraining.com/Dr. Kylie. Ready to have all of your blood work compiled in one location where you can easily read it all together? Well, go grab my book, Why Are My Labs Normal, on Amazon. Grab it, learn how to read your own labs, and take the power back in your hands, because your normal blood work is loaded with answers. You just got to have the right person reading it, and the right person can be you. Go grab it on Amazon, Why Are My Labs Normal by Dr. Kylie Burton. Leave a review, and we'll see you on the next episode.